to the Active Quest podcast. Happy E3. My name's Chris Penwell, and I am joined by Josh Nichols.
Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. But let's get this started. Here we go. I'm ready for you. There we go.
What are you drinking?
I got my LaCroix, boy.
Oh, nice. What flavor?
I got an apricot one.
Oh, I haven't even...
It's actually pretty good. Holy crap.
That's the most Canadian thing I've heard today.
Oh my god.
An apricot flavor.
Apricot, whether...
Apricot. No, I don't know.
There might be an English pronunciation.
I hear it both ways over here, yeah.
Let us know on Twitter. So yeah, we've got packed shows coming up over the next few days. Today we're going to be covering Nintendo and their massive E3 showcase. And next one will be our coverage over Square Enix, Ubisoft, and what we missed from E3 this year. So, do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's do it. Lots of great announcements today.
Okay, so, Nintendo. Holy crap, they showed a lot during their Direct this week. Let's get started. So, Dragon Quest Heroes are actually joining Super Smash Bros. Sometime this summer. And at first, I really didn't like the idea of Erdrick being in the game, but I was a big hypocrite because the hero from Dragon Quest VIII is a playable character in Super Smash Bros. And that was a big childhood dream of mine. So I'm delighted that the hero is joining Super Smash Bros. How about you?
I don't have any attachment to Dragon Quest. I never played it, so for me, it's like it's exciting that they're for the fans, and I'm gonna play Dragon Quest on the Switch. So I'm sure eventually I will enjoy playing as those characters as well. But as far as just the initial excitement, it was mostly just I'm happy for the fans of the series. But I haven't played Dragon Quest before,
and in the trailer, they showed a little bit of the stage, but we didn't see a lot. But I do think Dragon Quest will be really cool in terms of like what music they'll include in the game and what you could battle to. So Dragon Quest is kind of known for its music. So hopefully they use the symphonic versions of the game's music, because the other versions, like the instrumentals, are kind of nasty to listen to. But other than that, the Dragon Quest hero looks fun to play as. He has kind of like an interesting gimmick where you can use the turn-based kind of menu to use your actions, so to do the moves. So that's really cool. They fit right into the game, like in terms of like its graphical style. And I think Sakurai and his team, Masahiro Sakurai, and his team has done an incredible job at putting this character in the game. So next up was Luigi's Mansion 3, after a hilarious kind of Bowser joke with Doug Bowser, the new CEO.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Nintendo America.
At first Bowser just came out and he's yelling and stomping, and he's just like, "What are you doing out here?"
And like, it was so adorable to see like Bowser just doing the direct kind of like motions and doing the snap and all that. It's like, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo was like, well, we should address, the dragon in the room.
Exactly.
Or the Koopa in the room.
One of Doug Bowser's favorite games at E3 for Nintendo is Luigi's Mansion 3. And this seems like a big step up for the series. It has online co-op. It has this new mode called Scarescraper, which has up to 8 players playing online together, and you can clear floors as a team.
That was in the 3DS version, and it was really fun. So it's nice that they kept that, and it looks like they're expanding. I mean, now you can do up to 8 players. I don't think you could do 8 in 3DS. I think it was like 2, maybe more than 2, but I don't think it was 8. I mean, like, it feels like it's. So the 3DS version was fun. I really liked it, but like it feels like they're all in on it. Like it's getting the AAA shiny paint. It's on their main console. It's really exciting. And the updates for it look great, like the attacks and, the new additions.
Yeah, like there's new additions like smashing the ghosts into other ghosts with your poltergeist, I think it's called. And yeah, like I've never been into Luigi's Mansion before, but this might be my first time with it because it seems super fun.
Yeah, and I like that it takes place in kind of like a haunted hotel. I mean, the mansion's fine, but I like that they... it sounds like they probably sat down and talked about it, and then they were like, we don't have to do a mansion. We could just do another kind of, area. So that's neat. And I know this seems like a stretch, but I kind of got Castlevania Symphony of the Night vibes. And the reason I say that is because when it showed that gladiator arena, it just reminded me like, oh, with this being, kind of a haunted and magical, hotel, anything can happen, just like Castlevania. I don't know if you remember, but there was all kinds of crazy rooms in Symphony of the Night, So, like, I was thinking, like, oh, I mean, there's a gladiator arena right here with Luigi in it, fighting a ghost. Like, it just reminded me, like, just because we're stuck in a hotel doesn't mean they can't do crazy stuff in there.
They had, like, a movie
so
set
that's really
all
cool.
Sorts of different environments.
Yeah. So this is, you can tell they're really going all out. And Gooigi is such a cool concept.
So Gooigi is kind of like Luigi's alter ego. It's like a green version, slime version of him that can slip through cracks in the area, but he can't go near water. So, and you can play that.
Yeah, it showed him getting pulled down like a drain
in local co-op, which is really cool.
And you can control him. It looks like in single player mode, like for getting around certain obstacles. Like it showed him going through like a kind of like a gate type door, that had bars. So that was cool. I'm really excited, and being able to play Scarescraper locally and online is really cool. I know I'll end up playing that with my brother online and my wife, on the couch, and that's just I'm super excited. It looks great, and it comes out this year, which they said that before, but it's nice getting that confirmation.
Nintendo put more online functionality into their games after the inclusion of Nintendo Online. I think it was last year, so that's really cool to see. Something that I guess is kind of cool to see, especially for Dark Crystal fans, is Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics, a strategy RPG game based on the TV series on Netflix that's coming up, I think. And it kind of looks like Final Fantasy Tactics, of course. The graphics aren't up to snuff, really, but I think this looks kind of fun. And it's a nice addition to the Switch. I don't think it'll be exclusive, but...
Yeah, when you mentioned the graphics, that was my first thought, was like, this looks like it could be fun gameplay, but let me put it this way. If this is like a $30 kind of budget title, it's fine. But this doesn't look like a $60 game. And I think if it is a $60 game, a lot of people are going to be put off by it because it looks like if it was $20, that'd be a sweet spot. But if it's like a $30 kind of, kind of more like, cheaper, but kind of a, good tactics twist on that IP with that show.
It's a series coming out
based
on the
series,
film.
right? Okay, yeah. So it's not is it a movie or is it
a TV series?
Oh, it's right. It's a series based on. Okay, yeah, that's right. So that could be really cool, and if it coincides around the time that releases on Netflix, then it could sell really well, but only if it's got that.
And it's cool to see Netflix joining
point.
into the video game, field.
Because they got a lot of cool stuff.
And the Dragon
that
Prince
is
adapted. Actually having a game coming up too, so that's exciting. I know the people who make the Dragon Prince series. It's like a cartoon that's similar to Avatar: The Last Airbender. They have a game department within that studio, so it's going to be super cool to see. But yeah, next,
interesting, cool.
Another thing, a thing that's really super cool to see, and it's kind of changed my mind actually after this trailer, is Link's Awakening, a remake of the Game Boy game from long ago, and it's coming out on September 20th, 2019.
I'm very surprised by that release date. I thought it was going to come out later in the year, so that was really cool. I mean, that's 3 months away.
It's not that long away, and they did a few additions to the Zelda series that are very intriguing. Like, for example, you can make your own dungeons. Yes, it's kind of like a Zelda Maker game. Like I think Easy Allies coined that term. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool to hear. And I think that's spot on.
Yeah.
You can get chambers throughout the game based on your progression. So you can probably get items and stuff like that to put in your little dungeons.
I don't think they said this, but I'm hoping that it's the case. I'm hoping you can share those with friends or online.
They said really that cool. If you finish chamber dungeons, you get rewards for it. So, like, we saw, like, a fairy bottle in the trailer.
Yeah. So hopefully we can share them online, and I don't know. That could be really cool, just kind of like the Mario Maker community does. But, like, a smaller scale, because that's not all the game's about, but I'm sure there could be an active community for that.
And A Link's Awakening is also getting an amiibo on the same day, September 20th, of that version of Link. So if you like that chibi Link, it does look adorable. You can pick it up. So I don't think they announced that during the Direct, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw it announced on Twitter or something. Is where I saw it. I saw it on Twitter and immediately tried to go pre-order it, but I can't pre-order it yet. But I really want that.
It seems like a great amiibo. Something the West is getting for the first time is Trials of Mana. And this is a global release on Nintendo Switch, and it's a remake of the third game in the series. It's coming out early 2020. Seems pretty interesting to me. It looks kind of nice. You can tell that the remake is kind of like a lower budget than Final Fantasy VII Remake, of course, but it looks nice to play. I like action RPGs, so I might give this a go.
I think it looks a lot... I mean, I don't like being negative, but I think it looks a lot better than the Secret of Mana remake they did on PS4.
They might have taken some of those criticisms and put them into this game.
I know what they were I could see what they were trying to do with that game, but like just the art style, no. So I agree. I think that looks really exciting. I never played Secret of Mana, like at all, even the old ones. It's really cool too that they're putting the collection of Mana on the Switch. That was announced as being out like today. So I might even pick that up so I can check, those out, and that includes Trials of Mana, Secret of Mana, the original, Final Fantasy Adventure. Which can you explain that to Chris? I don't understand how that fits in. Final Fantasy Adventure,
I think, was a spin-off of the Final Fantasy series that led on to the Mana series. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember at work when I was watching the Direct, my break, I was like, wait, what? Why is that, why is that in there? Like, I mean, I'll take it. It's another game, but I was just like, why is that there?
Yeah, I don't know too much about the history of that, but I think that's how it works and how it gets included in the collection of Mana.
Okay.
Something that's a little bit perplexing as well is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the complete edition, heading to Switch, and it's coming 2019, so it's this year. This was heavily rumoured before, and now we've finally seen it in person. It looks okay. It doesn't seem like it's a horrible port, and it seems like it's gonna do well. But other than that, what do you think of this one?
For me, it reminds me of Doom and Wolfenstein 2 when they, announced those for Switch, and then when we saw them in action, they were scaled down graphically, but frame rate and the way it played were fine. I think that's what this is going to be. I think this will not look as good, but I think it's going to play fine, and I think it's going to be just scaled down where it doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look as good, which is fine. I mean, I'm fine with that. I own The Witcher 3 on Xbox, and I haven't played it yet. Please, no one get mad.
You dick.
The Game of the Year edition went on sale for $10 one time, so I just bought it. But I mean, I'll double dip because I want to support these kinds of games being on the Switch, and of course, I probably won't do my primary playthrough in handheld mode. I'll probably do that on my Xbox, but I mean, I'll replay it on the Switch for sure. Definitely a welcome announcement.
And
very cool.
The Witcher 3 will be in 720p when it's docked, and then 540p, I think, around there, somewhere around there, in portable mode. So we'll see how it runs when it comes out later this year.
Yeah, 540. Yeah. That'll be fine though. It's cool, and of course, the first complaint that will come to mind from people may be it doesn't look as good, but of course my response would be, well, then go play it on the Pro or the X. This isn't meant to be the best looking version, this is meant to be an additional version.
Yeah, it's cool to play something like that portably, right? So, yeah.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
seen Breath of the Wild and all sorts of open world games on the Switch, so...
Oh, dude, how cool would it be if they had, remember when Skyrim had Zelda stuff in it?
Oh!
How cool would it be if you could, unlock Link's outfit or something?
That's a really good idea. Oh, that's a really good idea.
You could walk around with like Link's hat or something. That'd be
or
great.
hunting down the Metroid or something.
Oh man, or maybe even like Ebola being in it. I don't know. That'd be cool.
There's so many good ideas. Oh, I could see that happening.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that.
They should do that. I'm sure they will because they usually do have stuff like that whenever a game like that arrives. And
it's all going to be in one cart,
so,
which is crazy. Crazy.
See, you know what this does, right? This makes it so whenever anybody's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we couldn't put Resident Evil Origins and Resident Evil Remake or Resident Evil Zero and Resident Evil Remake on the same cartridge." Oh man, sorry. It just takes all those excuses and just throws them out the window. Like, no, you could,
right?
You chose not to. And then remember, there's been a couple more. Maybe you'll know them off the top of your head. I only know Saints Row. There's been that port, and then a few others where the ports weren't very good, and this, and so far, presumably so far, and Doom and Wolfenstein just remove that. They remove that from the narrative. Like, there's no reason for a port to be bad on the Switch. Like, it doesn't have to have choppy frame rate. I'm sorry if they could put Doom on the Switch and like the frame rate's solid and like it just looks scaled down graphically. There's no reason Saints Row and other games can't be the same.
I have to kind of disagree, though, because those are linear games, Wolfenstein and Doom, so I think that'd be easier to do. Warframe, though, I think is pretty big, like the open world stuff, so maybe that...
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see how The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt runs on the Switch, and it comes with everything as well, which is cool.
Hopefully it runs fantastic. I think that's going to be tough is that it's probably going to be full price, which... I understand, but at the same time, it's like, look, this game goes on sale for $20 all the time on Xbox and PlayStation, and like the standard price for it's like $20-$30 now too. I think
that there's a lot of time that goes into these ports, especially if they're done right. So
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't mind if it's at full price or just a little bit less. Next up, though, is Fire Emblem 3 Heroes, and we just saw cinematics of the game. Not much to say, really. They look kind of cool. The story looks fun, and it's coming out July 26th, 2019. So look out for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to buy that for sure when it comes out, at least that month, or within a few weeks. I just saw it July 26th. So I mean, if I don't get it that day, I'll get it within a few weeks, depending on if I'm playing stuff already. I've only played one Fire Emblem, and it was Awakening. Right. I didn't play the other two 3DS games, but I loved Awakening, so I want to play more Fire Emblem, and this one looks great.
And Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 on Switch were announced, and they're coming this fall.
That's so cool. I mean, you can play 0, 1, 4, 5, and 6 on the Switch now. That's so cool. Hopefully they do a scaled-down port of 2, kind of like Doom and Wolfenstein and Witcher. I don't know. Maybe.
Do it.
Yeah. Because it'd be really cool to be able to play the entire series. Oh, and Revelations. I forgot. Revelations 1 and 2 are also on there. Yeah, it'd be really cool to be able to play the whole series on Switch. But yeah, that's exciting, especially even though 5 and 6 aren't my favorite Resis, they're really fun. They're good co-op games. So, it's cool those are on the Switch because, now you can. They even showed it being played in handheld mode and tabletop mode. Co-ops. That's cool.
And then next up is No More Heroes 3. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to playing this game and hoping it would be announced. Now it's finally here and it's coming 2020.
Yeah, it looks cool. I haven't played No More Heroes, but like it looks fun. And wasn't there one that came out like last year? Was like a port of like the DS one or
it was
something?
A completely new game in the series. I just can't remember what it's called now. But it was kind of like an offshoot that was like a bland kind of like brawler kind of game, top down brawler. So it was
Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes. I just looked it up. That looked cool. The only thing that put me off is I already had too much to play and the price. But that's something I want to play sometime on Switch. It looked fun.
I've heard it's pretty boring, so it's a good thing that No More Heroes 3 is coming cool, because I think I heard that the sales of Travis Strikes Again was going to impact how No More Heroes 3 was going to happen, or so. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, at least we're getting it, and I'm sure this one will sell even better because it looks a lot
Switch,
more fun.
That Switch money. If you bring out stuff for the Switch, you're going to be rewarded for it usually. A strange announcement came up from Konami next up, and that was Contra Rogue Core.
Oh, yeah. When that happened, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. It was like a third-person kind of shooter with 4 different players. So it's like local wireless co-op and online multiplayer. There's like this weird panda character, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, it looks fun. Yeah. It looks strange, but it looks fun.
As well, though.
Yeah, hopefully that's early footage.
Well, they haven't got much time to fix it.
I'm doubtful because it comes out soon. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they compiled that like a few months ago.
That's coming out,
to get ready for E3.
That's coming out September 24th, so hopefully they can fix the visuals a little bit, touch it up, and have a good release for that.
Yeah, hopefully that's like earlier footage that they just, and they're working on it since then. But yeah, it could be fun. Like I like that kind of genre,
And you know what could be fun? The Contra Collection that's out today, and it comes with 10 games on it. I've played the Castlevania Collection; it was very good. So you can read that review on Rapid Reviews UK. So check that out if you want. But yeah, I think this collection's going to be pretty good. I'm probably not going to play it, but I hope Contra fans will.
I've never played the Contra games, so I'm happy they did that because I'll probably grab that and check them out because I've heard they're fun games for the most part.
And that's probably at a cheap price, like $20 or $30, and for 10 games included for that's pretty good value, especially with the emulation quality in these games.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, okay, I just checked the price too. It's $20. So that's not bad. That's $2 a game. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, $2 a game. And I've heard the Alien Wars. I've heard a lot of good things about that one in particular. Like on a lot of like retro YouTube channels. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll probably have to check that out. That's a great price.
And these games are pretty expensive, I think. So it's good to see that these games are on.
Oh yeah, true. So this kind of makes it more accessible. Yeah.
Next up, Daemon X Machina. I haven't got too much to say about this. I think the art style looks pretty cool. And the release date is September 13th. So I think September's a pretty packed month.
Yeah, like you said, we don't have a lot of info, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
And it looks fun, so.
Mm-hmm. And another weird announcement actually that came up was Panzer Dragoon. Being published by Forever Entertainment, and it's coming out this winter. So I know a lot of people are saying it looks like a mobile game and it doesn't look as good, but I honestly think it's fine. I think it looks pretty good from what I saw of it. It's an improvement from the like the Dreamcast version. So yeah,
I think it looks fine. I've never played it, so this is gonna be my chance to check it out. I
Astral
think it looks
Chain
fun.
is next. Coming August 30th by Platinum Games. I know there's a playable demo at E3 right now, and I saw a little bit. There's like there was like motorcycle gameplay, and it looked really fun. Looks frenetic. Nothing much else to say. We've seen gameplay of it. We know quite a few details, so I'm just looking forward to playing this game when it comes out.
Yeah, that's something I'm very interested in checking out too. It looks like it could be really fun.
Empire of Sin is coming out from Ramiro Games and Calypso. And it's coming out spring 2020. It's kind of like a gangster kind of strategy game. I think we've seen stuff like this before from the studio, but I can't exactly what. I think it's called Omerta, City of Gangsters or something like that. So this is this might be a spiritual successor of that. I didn't get too many details about the game, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks fine. I don't know if that's like a necessarily a day one type buy for me, but it looks fun. It looks like it's nice seeing strategy games in the Switch because I think that's a good platform for them because you could just kind of put it in sleep mode and keep playing later. I think it's a good spot.
How hasn't XCOM been announced yet? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. That and Borderlands 1 and 2, I'm just like, why have you not put those on here? Like, you guys have already ported those games a million times. Like, port them again,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, XCOM hasn't ported a lot, but, Borderlands has been ported a couple times.
XCOM's even on Android and iOS, I think.
It is. I had no idea. That's crazy.
So,
why not?
Why isn't it on Switch yet? Like, I heard Civilization did pretty well for them, so I know. Yeah, like a game I'm looking forward to is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order, and it's coming out July 19th. And they announced that Elsa Bloodstone will be a character in the game. I actually don't know where she's from, but I did a little bit of looking, and yeah, she looks like a pretty cool character. And then they said there's an expansion pass coming that includes characters from Marvel Knights, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. And that expansion pass starts in fall 2019. So yeah, it's nice to hear that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is getting more content after the game releases. The story looks pretty cool. I watched a bit of a demo of it, and the writer was pretty excited about the project and when he was writing it. So I have faith that it's going to be a good game. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of it. But I wish they had some big Hero 6 representation instead of the typical characters we see, like Marvel Knights, X-Men, Fantastic Four. I'd like to see some off the wall characters, but I guess Elsa Bloodstone is kind of off the wall. So I don't know. I just want to see Big Hero 6 in the game.
I love Big Hero 6, yeah. I would like them to put Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 in the Switch. I know I've seen some people say, like, they can't because Activision lost the licensing, but I wouldn't be surprised if Activision wasn't able to renew the licensing because Nintendo probably has the licensing, because they've got 3, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got the licensing for 1 and 2, so I'm hoping that those get announced.
1 has not aged well. I played that recently. Oh my god, it's bad.
Is it just slow
rough.
Or something? Or?
Oh,
that's too bad.
There's glitches abound.
That was one of the games that came with my 360, like back day when we got one, and we just put a bunch of time into it because it was like one of the first games we had, and it was fun back then. So that's
my friends
too bad.
My roommates and I actually like a year ago we tried to get through Ultimate Alliance, the games 1 and 2. But we just stopped 5 hours in because we just couldn't get into it, and like it was just it was rough, like how it's presented, the sound design. There's glitches abound, and yeah, it just isn't fun. So I wouldn't recommend porting that game, but.
Well, this one at least looks sharp.
Yeah, it does,
and it looks like it's got a lot of fun action, so that's good. And we have Nintendo to thank too, because they're publishing
Team Ninja's developing it, so I have faith.
That's a good pick. Yeah, I've seen some people like upset that it's an exclusive, but like
Nintendo
guys,
funded it.
They're publishing it. Yeah, so get mad at Xbox or PlayStation or another third-party publisher, for not doing whatever Nintendo did to make this happen.
Another fun Nintendo Switch exclusive is Cadence of Hyrule. That comes out very soon, June 13th, 2019. It's kind of a spin of bugger.
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Crypt of the Necrodancer, right. Cool. And they've improved the graphics from the original, and this looks stunning. And I like how they included like the music of Crypt of the Necrodancer and formed it with the Legend of Zelda soundtracks. So, I'm excited to play this game. I'll probably get around to it at some point. And it's just an interesting concept.
It's a pretty good price too. It's only $25 USD. I mean, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And it looks really sharp. I like the graphics for it a lot. And I haven't played Crypt of the Necrodancer, but like I've always been kind of interested in. It looks cool, so this is probably where I'll check it out.
It's a fun concept. It's a roguelike or roguelite. I don't know the term. It confuses me. But basically the idea is you try to gather as much items as possible while you're dungeoneering, and you die every time like you get taken out, right? So it's like permadeath.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, this Cadence of Hyrule seems fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it. And a surprise for me, actually, is Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. This is actually a lot of fun. I haven't been interested in these games for years, but I like the variety in sports they've included, like surfing, skateboarding, karate, climbing, boxing, horse riding, rugby, badminton, soccer. I think that was rugby. But there's a lot of variety in there. You can also compete online with other people. So yeah, seems fun. It comes out November 2019. And oh my god, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics are actually coming pretty soon, like in a year. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing much else to say other than like maybe there's a retro mode which seems pretty cool, but yeah, we'll probably see more of that later on. And it's a nice exclusive for Nintendo. Yeah. And then Animal Crossing New Horizons was officially announced. It's been delayed to March 20th, 2020.
My heart sank. This is like my most anticipated game of the year, probably.
I don't get it. I don't get why people love this series. I don't understand it. But it just annoys me. It like the sound effects, the repetition of like crafting and looking after a town. It just doesn't appeal to me. So I'd like to find out more from other people why they love this series and why they're so anticipating for this game.
Do not worry, Chris, because we will probably end up covering... I'll end up getting this at midnight. I'll probably take work off. I could play a ton of it, and then we could talk about it on an episode. Right. And I will make you play it.
Okay. You can buy me a copy then?
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should just buy you a copy.
But yeah, like it's set on a deserted island. There's crafting. There's weather effects in the game. I don't know if those have been in previous games, but that looked pretty cool to me. And then there's multiplayer. So you're going around the town with your friends and probably family. I don't know.
It looks really sharp too. I like the graphics on it a lot. The last entry we got was on the 3DS, which was New Leaf, which was an incredible game. It's so good. But it's nice, getting to see this come back to console because it hasn't been a console since the Wii.
City Folk, right?
Yeah, yep, City Folk. There was a little spin-off that was kind of like Mario Party type game on the Wii U, and that was fine for what it was. But yeah, it wasn't a mainline. Yeah, it wasn't bad, really? Honestly. Like it was. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a mainline game, but I mean, it was kind of a fun way to. I mean, it was like a board game, So it was fun. My wife and I played it a couple times here and there. It was nice to kind of experience the sights and sounds of that game in like 30 minutes in a board game, But yeah, very excited to see it come out. I'm glad we got a release date. I'm really bummed it was really sad it was delayed. But I mean, we got a release date. It's coming out soon. It's less than a year away. So that gives it plenty of time to make it good. And these games do require a lot of localization work. Yeah. So, I mean,
and it was delayed to improve the game. They were originally expecting to release it this year, that they mentioned in the Direct. So, that's unfortunate for fans of the series, but I think overall we'll get a better game from that. So, next up, they did a highlight reel of the games coming up for Switch. So, we'll be brief with most of these, but I do want to mention that Spyro, is the Reignited trilogy is coming to Switch on September 3rd, 2019.
I will be buying that again. I bought it in PlayStation Day 1. I'll buy it on the Switch.
It just makes perfect sense for the Switch. And I might play on that too if I have a Switch at that point. And something else I want to mention as well is that Spyro is officially going to be in Crash Team Racing. Like, yes! Yes.
Is he really? I didn't see that. That's so cool. He's going to be part
of like a seasonal content. So he's going to be coming up.
Sweet. Perfect. I'm so excited.
So, yeah. Let me go through these games quickly. So, Hollow Knight Silksong, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch is coming out on September 20th, 2019, which is a great game to play on the Switch. I might replay that on that.
And that's coming out on PS4
Yeah, but
too,
that's
right?
There's a remastered version coming out for PS4 and Pro.
Yeah, which is perfect because before it was just on PS3. So that's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's great to see that leave the previous generation and come on to something more current. Minecraft Dungeons is coming out spring 2020. Elder Scrolls Blades fall 2019. My Friend Pedro June 20th 2019. Doom Eternal coming soon. So that's kind of troubling for people who want that game on the same day as PS4 and Xbox One and PC, because that got an announcement for November. So that's going to be that's going to be
what'll end up happening is it'll be a good port, and it's going to come out later. Yes, that's a bummer for anybody that wanted it day one on Switch, but at least it'll probably be a really good port because the first one was a great port.
We don't know if it's not coming out the same day, but it doesn't look good. Sinking City for 2019. Wolfenstein Youngblood, that is coming out on the same day as the other versions, I believe, on July 26th. Tell me if I'm wrong, Josh.
No,
Okay,
that's correct.
Dead by Daylight, September 26th. An interesting one, Alien Isolation, that's coming out in 2019.
Yeah, that one came out of like, okay, yeah, I mean, that's a great game. But yeah, it very random.
Crystal Chronicles, the Final Fantasy HD remake, or not remake, remaster, is coming out in the winter for Switch, and it's also coming out on Android and iOS, which is interesting. So, Dragon Quest Builders 2, July 12th, 2019. That's being published by Nintendo, actually, so thank Nintendo for that one. Stranger Things, July 4th. Just Dance 2020, November. I didn't get the exact date, but who cares about Just Dance?
Hey, it's coming out on the Wii as well.
Too. Yeah. Alex was totally right about that. Alex Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Catan is the adaptation of the board game, is coming out June 20th. Another Microsoft exclusive is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Super Lucky's Tale Fall 2019. That's pretty cool. That's a cool game to release on there.
Yeah, and that's actually I played it on Xbox. It's a fun game.
It's a pretty fun game.
So I'm excited that it's going to be on Switch because more people check it out. And it's a good game to put on the Switch. It's not the best
platform in the world, but it'd be fun to play on there. Dauntless is coming late 2019. I know that came out on PS4, PC. Not sure about Xbox, but it's on Xbox.
Full crossplay.
Okay,
too.
That's full crossplay.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be crossplay on Switch, but I guess that needs more time in the oven for the Switch. And then Super Mario Maker, of course, Super Mario Maker 2 on June 28th, 2019.
So excited! I've already got 2 copies pre-ordered.
Yeah, for you and your wife.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing the hell out of that game. It's gonna be great. I'm so. I wanted to mention this. I'm glad that we touched on Mario Maker. I saw an article today on Polygon, and there was a correction. Didn't see who made the correction. I'm assuming Nintendo, of course, but you can play online with your friends. Oh wow,
that's great.
Yeah, but before, for whatever reason, it was like announced you could play online with random people, and it wasn't said if you could play with friends, so we thought you couldn't. But then I guess that distinction was corrected by, I assume, Nintendo. So that's great, because before a lot of us were like, but why not? So yeah, that's great. I'm glad that was I'm glad that we were incorrect, because that is something that was definitely lacking. Okay, I just confirmed on Polygon's article. Producer Takashi Tezuka did say that you will be able to play with your friends. Okay, it looks like it was probably an update or in the development. Because right here, Tezuka said through a translator that Nintendo is making some changes to matching with friends that you can play. And a tweet clarified. Tezuka confirmed that the ability to play online multiplayer with friends is coming to Super Mario Maker 2 in a future update. So maybe it won't be day one, but at least that is going to happen.
Yeah,
so
cool. They're taking feedback and they're changing, which is really cool with Nintendo. We can really see a new Nintendo this generation. That's fantastic.
They did not used to listen to what anybody wanted at all, so it's great they do now.
This is I know Wii U had updates, but it seems like the Switch games from first party are getting way more updates than they used to. And there's an update coming for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that is very exciting for a lot of people. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's great to see the reaction from the fans of this bear and bird. So Banjo-Kazooie is coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is crazy. And they're raring to go.
Yeah, that was really good wording. And then also the trailer was hilarious, because at first it was the dog and duck from Duck Hunt when it changed from a silhouette to characters, and then they just kind of laughed, and then it was like, oh, actually it's Banjo-Kazooie, and that was just really cheeky of Nintendo. And I saw on, I believe it was Polygon when I was reading, it was Phil Spencer was talking about how that actually wasn't as hard as everybody would have thought it was. In fact, he said it wasn't even like a CEO to CEO thing. It just was a discussion, and it was just kind of like really easy. Like he said, the relationship with Nintendo was good, so it wasn't difficult to have happen. And Phil also said, of course, he mentioned he wanted Banjo to be on Smash in the past. So I don't know. It wasn't said who approached who, but like he said, it wasn't anything like hard to pull off. Like it was just kind of a seamless thing. So that's great. Hopefully we see more stuff like that. Maybe we'll see some stuff.
Cuphead. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I want to see
like
a Cuphead stage at least, like, and some music from that game, because that would be incredible. And this is like I've said in earlier podcasts, episodes, that this has been a unilateral relationship mostly, but it seems like finally Nintendo is receiving some sort of Microsoft is finally getting some sort of perk from this. So this relationship, having that exposure for one of their characters.
Yeah, very, very cool. And it was a really fun announcement too. I like that Nintendo had fun with it.
And the stage looks really cool.
Oh, the stage looks great.
I saw like one of the items kind of turning. So is it like one of those is it going to be a stage where it's like rotating with you as you're going around the hill? Well, that'd be really cool. So yeah, like Banjo looks fun to play as. And I'm excited for the community, of course. I just want Sora in the game. God damn it! Just give me Sora in the game. Or Rayman.
And I would hope that Sora. I mean, Sora seems like a really natural choice for Smash. Please, he's a huge character, and he also has all kinds of attacks he could use.
And costumes. He has different costumes as well. You could do.
Yeah. So he definitely seems like a good natural pick.
You can do KH1, KH2, KH3, Dream Drop Distance. There's so many costumes you can pick from the series. And also, Banjo-Kazooie is coming out in fall 2019 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so that's great.
Yeah, so soon. Very cool.
So the last announcement they made, and this is kind of like probably one of the biggest announcements of E3, is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is getting a sequel. And it's in development right now. We didn't get a specific date for it. But we had like an interesting kind of like set of cutscenes that shows like a darker kind of take on the series. It's kind of like a Majora's Mask kind of thing going on.
It also looked like Zelda was more involved, which I was very excited about, because I want to see her in the game. Like I know she's always in the games, but like it looks like she's like right there with Link, so that's cool.
I know. I was watching a reaction from Video Games Awesome, which is like a Twitch channel where they react to stuff and they play the latest games, and they said that they thought of the idea of like co-op, which should be an interesting take on Zelda. Especially in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see. And I got major Twilight Princess vibes from this, so maybe that will link to those games, that game perhaps. So that'd be kind of cool to see. So yeah, that's it. Like I think Nintendo nailed it this year at E3. So there are plenty of game announcements. And like I think they did a really good job. What did you think? What would you grade it?
It was my favorite conference. I thought it was fantastic. Once again, Nintendo did a very, very, very good job of hitting the perfect stride between this is coming out now, or like within the month. This is coming out in the next few months. This is coming out, within the next year or so, and then this is what you have to look forward to without a release date. And I think that's something that they have always done pretty well with in directs, and I like seeing that, because I know when I see a direct, I'm going to see stuff at all stages and not just like stuff without release dates, But it's also nice to have stuff to look forward to, and so I'm talking like just as an example from we can even just use Zelda as an example, from Cadence of Hyrule coming out in 2 days to Link's Awakening coming out in 3 months. To Breath of the Wild 2 being in development. Like they just have a really good way of having things paced out, not just in release dates, but also in announcements.
I just
showing footage.
One thing I would like to mention about Nintendo is that I wish they'd go back to some of their other properties, like Kid Icarus or Earthbound or Pikmin, or like other stuff that they haven't really touched in a while, like F-Zero. I think that would make the Switch library much more interesting, I think. But from what we've got this year, it's a pretty great lineup.
I also want a new Star Fox, like really.
Yeah,
And you mentioned maybe
Ubisoft was going to make one.
Yeah, you mentioned Ubisoft might develop it, and I could see that, because I wouldn't even be surprised if the game they just made, which I forgot the name of it, but
Starlink.
Starlink.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they were kind of wanting to work on a Star Fox, and Nintendo mentioned they might consider it, and that was almost kind of like a test to see, almost like, look, we could do this kind of game,
Yeah. I think it's going to happen. I think Starlink, I think that announcement that prediction was a bit too early.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be something for next year or the year afterwards.
And I'm just going to say this. Like, Nintendo just got to make a Star Fox game and no one liked it. So let's let Ubisoft do it. I know that's kind of harsh. I know that there was redeeming parts of the Star Fox Zero game on the Wii U. It's just, it wasn't great like the original. And I know it was a remaster or remake on the 3DS of the 64 one, but that's a lot of that one's a lot of fun. So like, let's just get back to the simplistic, almost arcade style Star Fox, and I think Ubisoft could do it.
And I think there's some games that we're missing. Something with a certain bounty hunter, but we'll talk about that on our next episode. So thank you for listening, guys. You can check us out on Patreon. We have a Patreon that you can support if you enjoy our stuff. Please feel free to chip in $1 or maybe even more. I don't know. We'll have some more. We'll have some like exclusive episodes out soon. So look out for that. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. And you can also subscribe through our RSS feed. You can get our official shirt. So you can get a shirt with a logo on it in a variety of different colors. So if you want to support our podcast like that and buy the shirt, we'll actually share it on Twitter if you send us like a picture or something of you wearing it. So that'd be really cool. But other than that, where can we find you, Josh?
Twitter at Mr. Josh Nichols, and Twitch JerkJosh77. And I'm also on Instagram. I post video game stuff mostly. And you can also find us, ActiveQuest, on Instagram as well. And we usually post stuff for the episodes and whatnot.
Right. And yeah, ActiveQuest is on Twitter, Instagram, and that's it, actually. So, you can find us on YouTube as well and subscribe if you'd like to, if that's how you'd like our content. You can find me on Twitter at Penwell Writes. You can find some reviews on Rapid Reviews UK. I think I'm going to dive into some more stuff, but I'll let you know in the future if that happens. And you can find me on Twitch at Down Up Destiny. That's a show. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you had a great E3. Let us know what you thought of E3 this year and what you're most excited about on our Twitter at ActiveQuest Show. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.